Welcome to a new video, RICS APC candidates. This is Mo, your presenter today from APC Mastery Path. We're going to be discussing today business planning. In this video, we're going to be highlighting an overview about business plans. We're going to be jumping to analysis methods used by different businesses when drafting business plans, a sample business plan, and then we're going to be showcasing the characteristics of business plans, and we're going to end the video on a very good note with some bonus points. As APC Mastery Path, we aim at mixing the theoretical knowledge with practical implementation. Without further ado, let's get started. So let's start with an overview about business plans. A business plan is a document that is drafted in order to showcase what are the targets that are required to be reached and what goals need to be achieved, what methodologies could be used in order to achieve these goals, and also what is the time frame for achievement of them goals and objectives. The time frame would normally be between 3 and 5 years depending on the firm and the industry, and also a business plan would be massively impacted by governmental legislations. There are different methods that are used by businesses when they are drafting a business plan. One of the methods is called SWOT analysis, which showcases the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats that a business would face. And also there is another one called PEST or PESTAL, which includes the political, environmental, social, technological and legislative matters. We're going to be discussing them two methods in a fair bit of details in the next section. There are some basic titles that you could be expecting a business plan drafter to include within each and every single business plan. A business plan would typically start with an executive summary, which summarizes and accounts for all of them sections of the business plan and showcases the goal of drafting the business plan in general and what is the end target. A business plan also would entail the market and sales strategy, where the business is sat at the time being, and what is the target goal and position to be in the near or far future. A business plan would also include information about management team and personnel, showcasing the organization structure, where the business is sat in terms of headcount, what are the plans for the business in the near or far future for expanding the number of employees or reducing the number of employees and doing layoffs. A business plan would also include the finance operations as well, where the business is sat in terms of sales, in terms of costs, revenues, profits, what the business needs to do and how to reach the end target and what is the end target in the first place. And here comes the question, why would you draft a business plan in the first place? So there are a lot of them benefits for drafting a business plan, and that is including, but not limited to, being agile to adapt to new challenges. The business can also seek additional funding from investment banks and the likes. And lastly, the business can change the priority of targeting specific clients in order to reach them end goals. In this section, we're going to be discussing SWOT analysis and PEST analysis. SWOT analysis stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. When you are reading strengths, you're thinking about what aspects you're doing well in the industry, whether that is a product, a service or skillful resources. Weaknesses, on the other hand, could be the lack of skillful resources, a product or a service or a wide range of them that are not selling well in your industry or in your area. Opportunities, they can be quite linked to strengths. So you can make the best use of the things that you're doing good in order to capture these opportunities, whether that is an emerging market, change in legislations, fewer competitors in the market, or the likes. Lastly, threats. You need to be careful about threats because that could include changes in governmental legislations, changes in trends, or new competitors entering the field. PEST analysis, that would be including the four corners of it: political, environmental, social, technological, and sometimes legislative. So political, that includes the changes in the political parties and the changes in the political atmosphere, which can lead to governmental legislations being changed. And that is quite linked to the legislative part. The economical factor, they could include, but they are not limited to, the interest rates, employment rates, and unemployment rates. The social is quite linked to people, so that includes demography, it includes the level of skill set, it includes the customer trends, and it includes awareness across the board. And lastly, technological, that includes a lot of them factors, including AI, which is a craze across a lot of them industries, the Internet of Things, Web 3.0, and automation in general. Let's discuss in this section a sample business plan. I've anonymized it specifically for this video for confidentiality purposes. So the purpose of that specific business plan was to improve the wider community and the surrounding communities by harnessing the benefits of digital excellence and driving innovation. That would entail transform the client's needs and also open the door to creating new job opportunities for the local communities and even the wider communities. The vision which was expected from that business plan is to be a world-leading employee-owned consultancy. The goal which was set at that point in time was to be in the top 10 in each of the sectors where the company operates. That company was a construction consultancy, so it operated in a wide variety of them portfolios within the construction market. And then comes the most exciting part, which is how would we be able to reach that goal or these sets of goals if you're drafting another business plan. So in that specific business plan, the methods of reaching these goals was to restructure the priority list of clients to be focusing on the clients who pay more. And those who want to pay more would always think about the latest and cutting edge technology. That would open the door to new opportunities in terms of employment, improving the skill set of employees in the short term, and also in the long term, that would also open the doors to going to new markets. In this section, we're going to be discussing some factors and characteristics that dictate how a business plan is drafted. The firm structure is going to dictate how the business plan is drafted in terms of time frame, language, goals, objectives, vision, and the likes. The firm structure can take a variety of them shapes. It can be vertical with a high number of authority levels and approval levels. It can be horizontal where the departments are sat at the same authority level, or it can be a matrix, which is basically a mix between the two, where you can have a hybrid levels of authority and also employees can be reporting to different managers and heads. A business plan can take a wide variety of them types, and what I mean by types here is the scope of the business plan. The business plan can take into account the scope of works of a whole corporate, or basically a subsidiary of it. It can also take into account the scope of works of a specific department or a team or even day-to-day activities. Depending on the type or the scope of action, the language of the business plan is going to be changed, the time frame is going to be changed, and also the vision, goal, and objective. And now it's time for some bonus points. The first one is resources. Business plans, they play a vital role in helping businesses to know how to manage resources in a much more efficient manner. Business plans, they can dictate if the business is overstaffed or understaffed. And that could also dictate if there are any inefficiencies that needs to be tackled. That is quite related to how clients are satisfied or dissatisfied with the levels of services provided. Another important point is short-term business plans. These business plans, they contain a wealth of information such as software pieces used, requirements for training, requirements for upskilling of employees, how to retain employees, and also how to maintain the needed and required levels of profit and turnover. And that is all for this area of competence. I hope that you find it enjoyable and useful. We're making a lot of them videos to help RICS APC candidates to nail their interview. Visit us on our website www.apcmasterypath.co.uk for further details. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next one. Cheers guys.